Good morning, world. Welcome to day 2 of Namm. This is the Friday, and I'm getting a very, very, very wonderful thing here where on my very first interview, I get to meet the legendary lady of guitar, shred, Jennifer Batten. Good morning.
Guten Tag.
Guten Tag. Wie geht's heute?
I don't go that far.
Oh, I'm half German. That's
Are you?
why I know it.
Okay.
So.
I just know the important stuff like Flughafen, how to get to the airport.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Well, because you've traveled enough, you have to get around. So, I'd firstly like to say thank you for your contribution to music, genuinely.
Hey.
You are such a great legend in this industry in the best possible way.
Thank you very much.
Because I think people respect what you did. Hang on, I want to get these words out right. Being that you are a girl in this industry, getting to play with Michael Jackson, you broke barriers. I mean, Orianthi wouldn't be where she is without you. That's a reality.
Yeah.
And I'm actually from the same hometown as Ori.
Oh, are you?
And the very day that she opened up for Steve Vai, back in 2000, it was February 2000 on the on the Ultrazone tour, I was in the audience. She was 15 and I saw that very gig that launched her career.
Wow.
So it's just kind of a funny tie-in that here we are standing here doing this interview
small
together.
World.
It certainly is. So, first thing I want to ask you, obviously we're here for Washburn guitars because this is what you play, but the first thing I want to ask you is how the hell did you get the gig with Michael?
I was very blessed. There was 100 people that auditioned, and I was one of the lucky people that even heard about the audition. One of their guys called up Musicians Institute, and I was teaching there at the time, and they said send us 2 people, and I was one of the lucky ones that got to audition.
Wow.
So I heard a couple days later that he was interested, and it was a matter of come down and play with the band and see how it goes. And they never told me I had a gig. It's just, I played with the band for 1 month, and then we joined Michael for 1 month, and next thing I know, I got a passport and a ticket to Tokyo, and I go, well, this is looking good. And it wasn't until he shut down the Tokyo Disneyland so we could hang out without the riffraff for a couple hours.
He shut down Tokyo Disneyland.
Who can do that, right?
Yeah, Michael, that's it.
And I was with Sheryl Crow. She was a background singer, and we were in one of the shops, and I was looking at this goofy Daffy Duck toothbrush holder where you push down the head and the eyes go back and forth for as long as you're supposed to brush your teeth. And I was just fascinated. And he came up behind me and tapped me on the shoulder and said, I really like how you're playing the Beat It solo. And I go, job security.
Oh, hell yeah.
So I worked with him for 10 years and then 3 years with Jeff Beck. So I've had a lot of blessings in my life, for sure.
Yeah, well, you deserve it. You've got talent. I mean, this is the difference. There's nowadays in 2017 and in the last probably 15 odd years, it's so much about look and image, like it always has been, but talent has just gone by the wayside.
Well, talent is definitely out there. If you
of course it is.
A long enough time on YouTube, you see like these 9-year-old girls from Thailand kicking my butt.
I actually know Lisa X, the little 12-year-old, well, she's now 12, Japanese girl that did the Edge at 8 years old. She did the Scarified Paul Gilbert. I know her and her family, and they're really lovely people.
When I was 8 years old, I was playing Yankee Doodle.
You played a bit more than that since. All right, so tell us about your guitar. Like, this is basically the guitar that your guitar is based off of, right?
Yeah.
The Parallax?
Yep. Well, I've been playing a short scale, like Gibson scale, for so many years from my last Washburn, which was my signature model, that I didn't want to go back to a Fender scale. So that's one of the mods I had him do, was do a short scale neck. I always put my string dampers on that, which I started using for tapping to control the open strings from ringing out. But I pretty much use it all the time now to just keep things quiet.
So you don't play an E much, huh?
Well, if I need open strings or harmonics, I just flip it out of the way in a split second. The original Floyd Rose, always got to have that because it's got the most reliable metals in it. Fishman Triple Play wireless MIDI system that I'm demoing here today. This piece of plastic allows me to trigger any sound that a keyboard player can trigger. And
the sounds are built into it?
No. This
it's a trigger. I was going to say.
This talks to a USB dongle in my MacBook Air.
Great.
So I got like 60 gigs of sounds. I can do drums, orchestra, brass.
So you wirelessly go from this directly to your Mac?
When I was with Jeff Beck, I had a rack this high full of sounds and MIDI conversion, a 13-pin cable. Now that's a thing of the past.
Huh.
So in fact, since Jeff, I just stopped using synth at all because most of my gigs I jump on a plane and I don't have a couple roadies to deal with all that.
Not these days.
So now there's no excuse not to have all the sounds in the world, and it just makes the gigging a lot more fun.
Amazing.
Yeah. And I just recently loaded this with Fluence pickups. I got 3 Parallax guitars that are all the same, all blue. But I just loaded in their modern pickup and their Strat singles. And one of the reasons I was very interested in that is because they're very quiet. And I always run into situations with clubs that have horrible
Bad
electricity.
power, yeah.
And it's just awful. So, and I really love the sound. I've been recording a lot with it the last couple of weeks. Other than that, it's kind of a standard 5-way switcher. I just got this like 2 days ago, so I haven't even messed with it. Okay, it's got 1 push-pull. Now I know that.
You good?
And the coolest thing about it is the Stevens cutaway.
Of course, yeah, like the Nuno guitar.
I can't believe that I just now found out about this. It's been out for, what, 15 years?
Oh, yeah,
maybe?
been longer than that.
Longer.
Well, Nuno's guitar started in, his signature model, I think, was first released in 90 or 91.
All right.
So, yeah, it's been 25 plus years.
Well, the thing is, you don't see the behind
the back,
it.
yeah, of course.
Yeah, well, it allows you to get up to the...
Hey, that block in the back, is that from FU Tone?
No, it's just, I think it's a Floyd brass block.
Okay.
Yeah.
Not sure where that came from, that's all right.
But this is the first guitar I've had 24 frets, and I'm still getting lost.
I love 24 frets personally. So
well, yeah.
I'm gonna throw a little curveball out here, which I hope you remember. Do you recall recently commenting on a video, I don't know if it was through Twitter or what, that was about the 4-cable method on an Axe-FX? On an Axe-FX8?
Yeah.
That's a really good friend of mine,
Josh,
is it? Joshua, who he actually sent me a message on Facebook and goes, "Oh my God, dude, I got a comment from Jennifer Batten about my 4-cable method, and I'm so excited."
I know, he was so proud. He did a great job.
Well, that's very nice of you to say, because he was blown away. He's like, "I can't believe Jennifer Batten commented." He was so excited that it came from you, and I messaged him a couple of days ago and said, "Guess who I'm going to be interviewing at Namm?" So Joshua was very grateful that you actually took the time to watch his video.
Oh, it's really well done, and that's the way to go these days. 4-cable. I'm using an amp called the Amp 1 by Blue Guitar. Thomas Blue invented it. It's essentially a 100-watt vintage Marshall. It's 2 pounds.
Right.
You can put it in your purse or in your gig bag. So I'm getting that tube sound from that, and I'm using the Digitech RP1000 for effects only now.
Yeah.
And it's just, I love it. So I was checking out 4-cable videos.
He knows what he's doing.
Yeah, he does.
He's a hell of a player too.
I bet he is.
A very, very, very lovely guy. He's from New Zealand. That's why his accent sounds a little
Kiwi,
bit funny.
eh?
Yeah, exactly. He wanted to buy some fish and chips and 6 of them. So, being an Aussie, we really take the piss out of the Kiwis. But honestly, out of all of the New Zealanders that I know, they are the most incredibly nice people. They're just good human beings. They really are.
Not enough of those in the world.
Well, we'll go to New Zealand. There's plenty of them
okay.
there. All right, well, I'm Jason from Ishibashi. This is Jennifer Batten, legendary girl guitar player, now a lady.
Yeah.
It's been wonderful meeting you. Thank you very much for your time.
Well, cheers and sayonara.